everybody, welcome back to DissociaDID. We have an update for you. In our last legal update video, we were trying to decide whether we wanted to pursue our damages or end the case here. Continuing to damages is called the quantum stage of proceedings. As a quick catch-up, the judge ruled in our favour that Costa unlawfully interfered in our business by deliberately making unfounded copyright complaints to YouTube that resulted in our videos being wrongfully removed. We also showed you a very disturbing letter from Costa to our lawyers, claiming that he would not stop threatening or bringing litigation against us, and in his words that it was much too late, I'm afraid, for clean breaks. Following that video, we can confirm that Costa did put in a fifth application to the Court of Appeal, this time for a review of their previous decision to reject his application to appeal. This ran to 281 paragraphs across 83 pages and included Costa asking the judge to recuse himself, meaning that Costa asked Lord Justice Arnold to step aside and have a different judge consider the matter. As expected, the judge rejected his application. That is the fifth time Costa has failed to get the judgment overturned. We will show you what the judge said later in the video, so keep watching. Last time we asked you what you thought we should do going forward. Stop the case here or continue to try and get some of our money back in damages. Even if we were awarded damages, there is no guarantee that Costa would pay them, but it would go some way to prevent him from continuing to use the legal system to harm us. Your answers were an absolutely resounding show of support and encouragement to continue to the very end. To catch you up in case anybody is new to this or would like a refresher, Sergio Costa broke the law by unlawfully interfering in our business and deceiving YouTube. That is what the court ruled. He filed more than 80 copyright complaints against videos that he had nothing to do with and had no involvement in, causing over 80 of our videos to be wrongfully taken down, removing access to important information, advice and support for people who found those videos helpful. This was done deliberately over many months in calculated chunks, causing repeated strikes on the channel itself. These copyright complaints and takedown requests were repeated and staggered, so that any time the old strikes on the channel would time out, new ones would come in. This kept multiple strikes on our channel at all times, which not only meant that the channel itself was constantly at risk of being deleted, but also banned us from creating any new videos or any new channels. He also sued us in the UK court for copyright infringement, following through on his threat, which only came after we repeatedly rejected his constant requests for a more affectionate relationship. In the first video we ever made about this situation, you can see those messages themselves. Eventually we had nothing left to pay our lawyers, and at that point we researched pro bono, or no win, no fee. We also reached out to charities, but as this is a specialised area of law, intellectual property law, and it was an existing case that had already been going on for a number of years, we were unsuccessful in finding anything to help us. At that point, we represented ourselves in the court as a litigant in person, without any lawyers representing us. We represented ourselves as a litigant in person for some months, and waited until 2 weeks before the hearing date to ask for your help to fundraise the costs for a lawyer. It was an absolute last resort, and we waited until the very last moment after trying everything else we possibly could. And you pulled through, and were absolutely incredible. It's by your support and fundraising through crowd justice that we've been able to get here, through all the court hearings, and to see off all of Costa's applications to the Court of Appeal to overturn the judge's decision. Crowd Justice is a fundraising platform specifically for legal cases, where the donations from you go straight to Crowd Justice, who then send them directly to our lawyers, bypassing us completely. The donations can only be used by our lawyers to cover the fees of these legal costs, only for the legal dispute with Costa, and nothing else. It's Kaya. Hi, I'm gonna carry on from here. I kind of started at the beginning and then Jay switched out and now I'm back again. But that's not important. Anyway, what is important is that we are only standing here because of your donations and your support. And because we will need to fundraise again for the next stages of court, the quantum stage, we wanted your input on what we should do. We are so overwhelmed and happy about how vehemently you will continue to support us in our fight to win against Mr. Costa and have this be done and over with. You've supported and encouraged us to fight for our rights to our content against Mr. Costa and also for our personal rights to not be harassed by him. Therefore, we have decided to continue the case and go after Costa for our damages. We have offered to settle with him several times before this. Recently, we even offered to settle with no payments, an agreement not to contact each other again, and an agreement not to talk about each other going forward. A full clean break because we just want him to leave us alone. It's been 3 years. We showed you his response in the last court update video. He's not interested in clean breaks or moving on. We didn't start this case, but we will finish it. So please share or donate to crowdjustice.com/case/DissociaDID and help us put this to bed. With your help, we will win and he will get nothing. We need to raise in excess of 50,000 Great British pounds sterling to ensure we can get to the end of the quantum stage of proceedings. That takes into account the high risk of Costa frustrating the process and inflating the costs. Now, about Costa's 5th appeal that was rejected, you can see what the judge said here. Some bits that I find particularly interesting. The application comes nowhere near satisfying the criteria. He says how when he refused the appeal the last time, he gave detailed reasons for refusal separately in relation to each ground and in relation to the application to adduce new evidence. The appellant now applies to reopen all 4 applications for permissions to appeal. He has filed submissions extending to 281 paragraphs and 83 pages in which he re-argues every ground of the appeal and the application to adduce new evidence. Although the appellant alleges that I did not adequately engage with the core issues of his appeals, his submissions do not establish any such failure. The appellant complains that the reasons given are both insufficiently detailed and wrong, but neither complaint demonstrates any failure to engage with the original grounds or the application to adduce new evidence. There is nothing at all exceptional about the court's treatment of the original grounds of the appeal. The appellant requests that I recuse myself from dealing with this application, but provides no sufficient justification for that request. The appellant, Mr. Costa, also seeks permission to appeal to the Supreme Court. Even if this court has jurisdiction to grant permission in these circumstances, which I doubt, I am not persuaded that the appellant has raised any arguable point of law of general public importance and permission is therefore refused. The audacity is phenomenal, honestly. You'd think we wouldn't be able to be surprised anymore, but we are every time. So as you can see, Costa is still insistent that he will try to elevate this to the Supreme Court and portrays his personal opinion about YouTube videos we made before we met him and that he was found by the court to have no copyright in, as if they are a matter of significant cultural or global importance. Since the trial of the IP claim in June 2022, Costa has on several occasions told us and our lawyers that he has started criminal and civil proceedings against us in Portugal. Our solicitors finally got a straight answer out of Costa recently in regards to these proceedings. In actual fact, all that has happened is Costa has reported us to the police in Portugal for harassment. This was apparently based on the video that we originally uploaded explaining why all our videos had been removed, where we said that he was taking us to court. Obviously, no action has been taken against us by the Portuguese police, nor will it be. We have not broken the law. Not here, not in Portugal, and we can't imagine the Portuguese police being remotely interested in his complaints. Similarly, Costa has confirmed, contrary to what he asserted previously, that he has not started civil proceedings against us in Portugal, but he says he will in the future. His threats of further litigation seem to be little more than intimidation and obsession. He won't move on. In our view, this feels like Costa has decided, you posted a video telling people what I did to you. I will sue you and attempt to have you thrown in jail and imprisoned for telling people what I did to you. Of course, this is just how those actions of going to the police after we released that video feel to us, not necessarily what the reality is, but it is undoubtedly disturbing and frightening nonetheless. This has continued since 2020 and Mr. Costa's behaviour has not changed. If anything, it has escalated. I do not doubt he will continue to make appeals and file other legal claims for as long as he's able to do so. Part of the benefits of having a damages award from the court would be that if it is unpaid, we could use it as a shield against any other proceedings Costa tries to bring here in England. So we're asking you to please help us raise the funds to end this as quickly and finitely as possible. If you can't donate, that is absolutely okay. Please don't feel pressured to if you're not able to. There are other ways you can help. Liking, commenting, and sharing this video will boost engagement and help it to get seen. Share it with people you know, and let's take a stand against this. Thank you so much for all your support. Again, the link is www.crowdjustice.com/case/DissociaDID. Thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you in the next video. Lots of love, everybody. Bye.